Sattvam sukhe sanjayati, Rajah karmani bharata, Jnanamavritya tu tamaha, Pramade sanjayatyuta. Sattva attaches to happiness, Rajas to action, O Bharata, while Tamas, verily, shrouding knowledge, attaches to heedlessness. So, this is the reason more tough for an individual to change the tendencies. Why? Because one gets attached. This embodied self as I-ness, this I-ness gets so attached to its own qualities, tendencies, that this I doesn't even realize that it needs to change the tendency. This I gives sentience, enlightenment, existence, whatever you may call it, to the gunas. And then this I gets trapped into it. So, and then this I itself has to work upon itself to change it also. So closely one will have to introspect and find out that where exactly I need the change to bring within me. And what can be the methods? You see, the methods have been probably have been already told in previous chapters. Since we didn't know the exact composition of these tendencies, the exact placing of these tendencies, therefore we didn't even know that these explanations, the previous explanations of the chapters, are all for transforming the mind into better quality. At that point, I didn't know about it. Suppose Bhagavan would have told about these tendencies in earlier chapters. Before Karma Yoga Sadhana, Bhagavan would have told about Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And according to that, I might have changed the way of my activity itself. Don't you think that Bhagavan should have told about these things initially itself? Somebody was conversing with another friend. So the friend said, yeah, why didn't Bhagavan tell this earlier? We are now on 14th chapter. How many years we have wasted in doing Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga and Dhyana Yoga without understanding about our own tendencies. How do we bring back that past time and now make the things better? If only we knew about it as a child, nothing will work anyway. Why? Because as children, we like to satiate our desires pertaining to our way of thinking on the basis of inherent tendencies only. So if you tell a child that, look here, this is your tamasic tendency, so you get up early, get going, study well, this, that, etc. Without talking about tendency also, we are telling the same things. Is it making any difference? So do you mean to say that the pure science has to be taught in KG and class 1 and 2? Not really. But the whole building of blocks is based on physics, chemistry and biology only in life, without knowing their application. We are actually treating these three only all through our lives. So it really doesn't matter. But yes, as we advance in that particular stream of science, we definitely need to know the formulas and the definitions and the principles properly, so that on proper foundation we can rebuild our way of thinking and then treat upon ourselves before treating others on the basis of that knowledge. So now is the time to know as to why a man is always running after happiness. See here, Sattvam Sukhe Sanjayati. The mind finds peace when mind is happy. Every being is running after happiness. Why? Because the mind is made up of sattvic tendency. So, actually speaking, it is the nature of the mind to replenish, to nourish itself with sattva, because it is made up of sattva. Therefore, it is running after happiness. That is different, that this intellect is also made up of sattva, but the mind and intellect are affected by tamas and rajas, because of which it doesn't know that running after objective happiness is not going to make the mind happy, but to remove rajas and tamas from the mind will make the mind happy. What will make the mind happy? What will make my mind happy? My mind will be happy when I have predominance of sattva in my mind. This is not known. But all such practices that can purify my mind of rajas and tamas are already told by God, are already taught by God. What type of activities can remove tamas and rajas from my mind? They are to be adopted for karma yoga sadhana. So now the thing is very clear that karma yoga is not performed for the benefit of others, but it is for the benefit of this being, this embodied being who is badly affected by tamas and rajas. Then Bhagavan says, Rajaha karmani. And its rajasic tendency forces me to go into unnecessary over activities. Can't I sit quietly? Can't I read books? Can't I meditate? Do I have to be indulgent in somebody's conversations? Do I have to satisfy my, sensuous pleasures? Do I have to be passionate about activities? But if my tendency is rajasic, it will force me to do so. I will be involving myself in 10, 15, 20 types of activities, little by little, little by little. Oh, I go a little bit here, a little bit there, and grab a little from here. Everything is so good. Everything is good. This is your stomach, okay? There is that 55 items laid on the table. You have your choice. You don't have to take all those 55 and gulp them down and then next day have trouble. Not necessary. You can be selective. Okay, these 4 or 5 are sufficient for me, which will not upset my stomach and it will satiate my hunger, and I'll have a comfortable sleep at night. And if that is so, I don't even have to peep into what other 50 are, when 5 are sufficient for me. Then a friend comes and says, oh, you didn't have that? Oh, that was also there. Oh, I missed it. If only I knew. No, that was on that far away table. No, I was on this side. That was on that side. What? As though I have never had anything in life. is so passionate about food, passionate about work, passionate about my own people. Nobody can touch my family members. What's so great about your one family that nobody can touch you? This is a whole world of beings. Innumerable beings are there in the world. For aeons they have been there, and for aeons they will be. Some visible, some, most of them invisible. So what is so great about any family? Leave it aside. Be peaceful. Heavens are falling on my head. Oh Lord, please help me. Bhagavan said, what's wrong with you? I am totally occupied and I don't know how to come out of this jungle of work that I have taken upon my head. Bhagavan said, okay, I will send one Yamadut in a fraction of a second. The story will come to an end. So you don't have to worry as to how to come out of it. That is the work of Yama. If you cannot put Sanyam on yourself, Bhagavan sends Yama and puts you on Sanyama. Even the initial step of yoga, Sanyama. No, Sanyama, it's blabbering away for unnecessary things. Running after unnecessary activities. Everything seems to be very clean and still the lady of the house keeps nagging everybody. Clean this, clean that. Put this, put that. What is this? Some unnecessary activities keep going on. Okay, if that doesn't happen, then the third one happens. Third one. Somebody will say, oh, it is better to be Rajasic than Tamasic. Let us see. Jnanam avritya tu tamaha pramade sanjayatyuta. While tamas, shrouding knowledge, attaches to heedlessness. So that another lady of the house says, I am okay. Let the things be. Oh, so one is overactive, the other one is absolutely tamasic. Doesn't even care to clean the house. So, and then people say, we should take middle path. What is this middle path? What do you mean by middle path? Either the house is clean or untidy. Once you see it's clean, you don't have to be after it passionately. Leave it. Every day you have to clean the house. That's all. That's it. Every day you have to go for work, but you don't have to indulge in every type of activity going on around. Nowadays people live in societies, no? Or huge apartment houses, and that one multi-story building itself is a society. And then there are different types of human beings living in all different apartments. And then they'll have an association. And then in that association, they'll have 100 types of activities going on. So this Rajasic tendency person, he will indulge in every activity. 99 activities he is involved in 99 activities. And at the end of the day, he is panting hard. What to do? I get tired. I have no time to look at my wife and children. Sometimes these people, they take up too many activities. No time. I don't know, Mataji, what to do. So Mataji said, look here, how much time do you have in a day? No. If only there were 2-3 hours more, over 24 hours. I am that occupied. But I am suffering. Oh, you are that occupied and then you are suffering. Why don't you reduce the activities? How is it possible, Mataji? They have made me president here, secretary there, joint secretary there. What is that? Director here, producer there. This. Oh, so you are attached. This is the passion. And the other friend is so tamasic. He is least concerned about what's happening. Even if you dump your waste in front of his door, he is not bothered to clean it also. So all sort of people are there in the world. What do I want to be? Do I want to proceed and progress in this life, or I want to remain horizontally occupied in these things only? Pramad is also equally bad. These children, they are intelligent. That's what people say. But they have too much of pramad. Get up late. Even after getting up, they are not up and about. You have to push them into everything. Half an hour they'll take to finish their breakfast. Chewing away. What's happening? You wonder, how can a person take half an hour to eat this much of breakfast or this much of lunch? And then out this puja and this study and all, out of question. No way, not even somewhere near there. That very difficult to motivate them. So, what is the reason? The reason is tamasic tendency, which is predominant and which is covering the knowledge. The knowledge that this is a human embodiment, and I have to live up to that human embodiment. In this human life, I have been graced with so many unique faculties. The mind can have such great feelings of compassion and kindness, of help, forgiveness, charity. And this intellect can have the power of discrimination between good and bad, between real and unreal. I can occupy my intelligence in those better fields of activities and thoughts. And what am I doing? Occupying myself for unnecessary activities, or maybe wasting time in being indolent. In indolence, I'm wasting my time. I'm heedless. I'm sleepy. I am indifferent. I must pick up the book, the Bhagavad Geeta, and start reading it. This person tries hard, but is so tamasic that by the time he reads half a page, he is already asleep. So, it takes time for a person to be awakened. So, are these three available to me, or I'll have to borrow them from outside, or I have to buy them from somewhere, or I have to inculcate them? What is the matter? Where are these? And why one suddenly becomes predominant? Sometimes I feel very active and energetic, though most of the days I am not so. And the other one will say, no, it's okay. If need be, I do it. Otherwise, I'm fine, peaceful, happy. The third one said, anyway, without doing also, I'm very happy most of the days. Sometimes only I get really passionate about my work. My work is least encouraging to me. Some food or some cinema, some tourism can make me active. So let us see. How do these three tendencies work in all of us?